Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. We're doing it. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Jeff Beish, all about that Beish. We got Twinleaf tournament. Last Twinleaf tournament for a while, at least by me. You know. So here's hoping maybe someone else take over and get it done. Yeah, things have just been really busy. Yeah, you guys have probably noticed I've been streaming a lot less. Oh, let me grab some my water. It's all the way over there. All right. But yeah, streaming a little bit less, but enjoying my life, my best life in a lot of different ways. But we're back for the last one at least. I haven't been playing the last couple weeks just because this has been Monday's schedule has changed up a little bit. Hey, thanks for the resub, Craig. Appreciate you. But yeah, we my Monday schedule has changed up a little bit over the time. Mondays are now gym days, and then after I get back from the gym, take care of Ollie, and then pretty bushed by the time I get back here and play a Gym Leader Challenge. Even if it's just for fun, it can feel like a chore sometimes. So that's why those tournaments have been streamed less and less, and eventually I think I'm going to have to maybe just give them up. And this is our last one. But if we're going out in style. And so I'm playing, of course, one of my favorite lists, all-time favorite lists, maybe. Like, obviously, Hitmons is a list I get talked about a lot, or I get associated with a lot just because of, my article and, doing well with it in my first CBW tournament. But, yeah, I mean, this is the list that I love. And we're get to play some Gen 1s, maybe optimal cards these days. And I know people have gone back and forth with me on which cards are optimal in the Hydro Pump list or not, but I've really enjoyed this version of it, and we'll check it out today. Just to give you guys kind of like a background of the deck list, obviously Fishy's Jump, which is a Baba deck from back in the day, was like one of the decks I was immediately drawn to. It was obviously like a box deck that had a lot of different things that you could do with the deck, and you had, you know, conditional attackers that you could use based on whatever situation arose. And it was just a really fun deck. It was a mid-range deck that, you know, used water to, like, obviously maybe not optimal like abilities, but like definitely had its fun, and it's you know, it was great. He used to play the Wishy Washy that only has 30 HP but got like a boosted HP, and the list evolved over time, and eventually people stopped playing Rapid Strike Starmie, but not me. We're gonna keep playing it. So yeah, that's what the list is. I mean, we're playing the Rapid Strike Starmie. If you guys haven't seen this, multi-shot star is a really cool attack. Obviously pairs really well with Hydro Pump. You know, discard an energy, it does 30 for each damage, so you can kind of like machine gun down your opponent's bench. And this is kind of a you know, a card style that I really enjoy between this and Electro Rain, Alolan Raichu. And then we're playing Blastoise as our Deluge Rain Dance option, because I do think that Squirtle, you know, not being able to get sniped is pretty important. You know, 90 damage from, you know, Hitmonlee, or 90 damage from Bolt on, you know, as early as turn 2, potentially. Obviously, that's high rolling, but, you know, definitely possibilities. Just didn't feel like my Frigibax was surviving very often. So let's give the Squirtle a try. And then, of course, you know, just like, you know, Inteleon, we got the new Wailord in this list. Frosmoth still, and then Kyogre, which is great. Going Basculin over Vulpix because we need to get stuff down to the bench. And then I was really inspired by Tankman's list that he played at the last Full Grip Games event. And one of the things I really liked was he was playing a Greens Exploration, even with some of the basic abilities. I think he had maybe like Bench Barrier in his list. But it's mostly because, like, if your opponent goes Wob, you can go Greens to go and fetch Silent Lab, which we're playing Silent Lab here, which just seems like pretty reasonable into the meta right now. And it's not really going to affect us that much, but it is going to turn off Wobbuffet for us if that becomes an issue in the Psychic matchup. So I do like the Silent Lab inclusion, and then I do just want to get set up. So I'm playing Ball Guy, Greens, and I've got Apricorn Maker because I'm playing like Ultra Ball, Timer Ball, Nest Ball, Level Ball, Quick Ball, Hisuian Heavy Ball. I even got Dive Ball. So we got 7 balls in total. I was even like, I could play Heavy Ball in this list because, like, when you look at what I've got, Wailord, Wailmer, Blastoise, and Kyogre are all cards you can get off Heavy Ball. So I was like, man, that would be so cool. So those were, you know, cards I was really considering to get for. And then just like a good spew of just other good cards, you know, Irida, Marnie, and Cynthia, just kind of like max consistency in my supporter lineup. And then we've got, obviously, the 3 ways to get energy. I'm playing all 3 of them: Letter, Vessel, Bucket, Retrieval, and SCR to get energy back, and then Scoop Up Net just because it's so good in this deck, specifically with like Drizzile, but also, you know, maybe get something out of my active as like an additional like escape rope if we need to. So that's the list, and hey, look at that, right at 8:30. Let's see what we got going on with our check-ins. Dang, we got 12 people. That's pretty impressive. I mean, I say 12, but really it's going to look more like 1, 2, 3, so 9, essentially 8. So yeah, we got some people tonight. So hey, let's get in this Discord. Let's shoot it out. Yeah, it feels good. It's a bummer that it's the last one, right? Matty G, you should take these over, dude. No pressure. All right. I'm going to go ahead and shoot this off. All right. Going to refresh, see if any of our friends got their list submitted. And then let's hit that dashboard button. Start the tournament. All right. Go back to our pairings over here. Who did we get paired against? Cool. We got Twilight Goose. New addition to our tournament. We got some good old faces in this tournament. Super pumped about all we got. We ended up with 8. Got to make sure I check in here. And I got to make sure I tell everyone else, don't forget to check in. All right. Let's get in here. Oh, it's been so long. Here we go. Games. Let's find ourselves a Twilight Goose. Where are you at, Twilight Goose? Oh, there's two Twilight Goose. Two Twilight Geese. Which one do I challenge? Probably this one. Playing our StarPump deck. Let's go. Yeah, so, yep, last one. Last tournament. Just glad that we get to play tonight. Get to have some fun, enjoy it. I'm not sure, again, I'm going to keep doing the podcast. Talking to Josh is so easy, man. Love that man. I'm going to keep doing the podcast for a long time. I think Josh and I are kind of embedded in that, and we got a real good thing going. I really like everything about that. Josh is chill and it's enjoyable. I really like everyone I worked with. I really loved. Like when I worked with Logan, like that was super awesome. Only thing that ended up kind of letting the webcam stuff kind of fall apart was that sorry, I got my opponent's got some issues here. I'll talk about why the webcam stuff fell apart in a second. My opponent is brand new to Twinleaf, so extending some grace. That's the way it be. Love that we got some new bloods today. Let's invite to game. Let's go ahead and do unlimited. All right, there we go. We'll see if that ended up working out. Yeah, thanks, Manny G. I enjoy doing the podcast. We would not like to go first. We got ourselves with a Remoraid here. A pretty good start if our hand doesn't get disrupted. But yeah, the reason why webcam kind of fell apart was just that just the time it took for everything to get ready, and it was just tough. Yeah, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, like the time it took me to like put together a deck, get everything set up for webcam, because during that time I was trying to do webcam podcasts. Sometimes I'd have people over at my house for in-person stuff. Oh. My opponent doesn't have the card image. My opponent says just play with leaves. I'm going to join my stream and I'll show him. All right, but I'm going to put some cards down and continue to play anyway. Goose, if you end up showing up in my stream, just let me know and I'll teach you how to add the images. All right, yeah, I love it. When logging into Twinleaf is not like a magic button that happens, which is it's kind of crazy because like all other card games that we're used to, like that stuff just happens. So, I get it. Getting used to the sim is definitely it. It's kind of like what I think. Maybe again, I think Twinleaf is great, and I'll say that till the end of the world. Twinleaf is great. Love everything about Twinleaf. What sometimes is difficult about it is just that it does take more than 2 clicks, and I feel like we live in kind of like a 2-click society sometimes. Not a judgment to anyone. Like I totally get it, but like when your hobby becomes more than a hobby, sometimes like these extra steps can kind of like push you out of what you want to do, and that's where I feel like sometimes Twinleaf falls short. Whereas like live is just like do the thing, you good. All right, so I got a pretty good hand here. Again, I don't want to get disrupted. My opponent doesn't have a lot going on. I got Buddy Poff in, and obviously that's kind of where I want to start. And we got Basculin in the deck. I got my Blastoise line. I've got Sobble, Drizzile, and Teleon. I've got my Whale. So, like, I'm feeling really good about this. So, I want to go Basculin because I do have the energy to retreat. I want to go ahead and go Squirtle here. Let's click that OK button. I'm going to go ahead and pop this energy. Go ahead and retreat. And then I think based on like what we have going on, I think I just want to gather the crew. I'm going to go ahead and burn this heavy ball though, just to look at my prizes. Greens, 2 energy, Earthen Vessel, Brooklet Hill, Starmie. It's like some good cards, but obviously nothing too big. Let's go gather in the crew. I want to get my boy Sobble down. I would like to get an attacker. Whalmer sounds great. It's just a little energy hungry. Getting Kyogre going would also be sick, but I do think this is a matchup where I do like just wailing on them. You know, chat, just give them the whale. And then I got, we got everything. As long as our hand doesn't get disrupted, we good. And Drago Box is playing like what? Like Marnie? I don't know if this is stock list, but they did discard Lost City, which I'm pretty sure is a card that doesn't work on Twinleaf. But yeah. So again, not expecting it disrupted. Our opponent has 4 cards in hand too. 4 cards in hand. No Drago in the active, although do have the chance to retreat here. Gonna play Colress Tenacity here, so here's gonna be DDE. If DDE happens, that will be a little rough. I get to promote Whalmer, but I don't know if we're gonna get the attack off. We could definitely get in a Wailord this turn. Just finding that energy, right? I do have like Level Ball, Dive Ball. I could go get ways to get energy, but then probably play an Irida to get my Blastoise online. Blastoise HP is kind of low here, so like 140 into this, which can do. Oh, this is only going to do 70. Okay, that's not that scary. All right, it needs 2 or more different types of basic energy. So DDE not going to do it. Going to get rid of this Basculin, of course. Not going to do that second prize. All right, Rose Tower, Lightning Energy. So yeah, I might be trying to set up this to do that 140. This means it won't get the KO this turn, which I guess is nice. It gives us another turn of setup, potentially, before we sacrifice. Oh, they do this have DDE in hand. Going to use the Rose Tower. And then probably going to doom down my Basculin. Goodbye, friend. I barely knew you. All right. Go, Whalmer, go. All right. Hey, just get the Wailord, naturally. So this is Drizzile. And then Irida can be Rare Candy. Rare Candy. And maybe our friend here? Yeah, all right. Let's do it. All right, here's Drizzile. Let's go Drizzy Boy. Let's grab my Irida. So I gotta get Rare Candy and a Pokemon anyway. So yeah, I just don't think it's gonna happen this turn. We'd have to get like super fortuitous here. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves Blastoise and our Rare Candy. I definitely didn't check that those are in our deck, but they are. Here's our Rare Candy into our Blastoise friend. Let's go Wailord. Let's Dive Ball into Octillery. Yes, I'd like to evolve you. And I do get to use Rose Tower first to maybe see an extra card. That's a good one to see. And then let's see what we got here. Nothing doing. Yeah, we'll just end our turn with the big fatty in the active. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Famous last words. We are... This dragon deck's just so aggressive. It's good. Drago box real good, especially preying on these setup decks. Reminds me a lot of like what Hitmons can do. Did I get donked? Nope, not donked. We did not get donked. Did you get donked, Porg? Oh, did I forget to? I might have forgotten to check in. That's hilarious. Judge. You know you love it when the tournament guy doesn't check in. All right, where's my judge mode at? Switch to judge view. Reset match. Dang, opponent couldn't say their deck scooped. All right, energy to Dragon, setting up a revenge attacker here. Again, we're going to get, all right, 70 damage going on there. I do got Inteleon, so like we're looking pretty solid here. I want to get another attacker, obviously, going. But we have to start with energy. So let's go Inteleon. And then let's go and just get our ways to get energy. So there's some energy. There's some energy. And I just want to guarantee it. So there is that Capacious Bucket. Would like to maybe, if I could get in with Inteleon, maybe it was better there to get like a field blower or something. But let's just do the thing. Give me these energies, please. I would like one of your finest energies. Problem is, like, 2 of our energies are prized. All right, let's deluge, chat. That's right, we're not rain dancing today. We delusion. You delusional if you think that we can be stopped. All right. Don't want to use field blower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards in hand. Do I want to Iono? Kind of. I don't really like any of these cards. So I think I'd rather Iono here. There is a Staryu. Don't hate that. And there is a Floatstone as well. SER is actually really good here too. All right, let's draw 1 card. It's a Marnie. That's pretty good. Let's go Hydro Pumping. All right. First whale in the books. Oh, and we got Starmie, baby. Oh, yeah. Not board white time just yet. I don't think I can get that much energy in play. All right, going up in the Geary. So, yeah, if our Whaler does go down, I just have the energy for, you know, a backup attacker potentially. All right, Reshiram coming onto the field. Love this Reshiram. Bought a couple myself. Turbo Blaze. All right, going to attract customers here. Well, again, depending on what spice of Drago box they're playing, I mean, they could just have, you know, any number of things. Ideally, I would... This is a good Silent Lab matchup. Like just look at like what's in play. And they found the Marnie. So like Marnie's not the end of the world, especially since we have like Octillery here. But losing out on SER will be sad here if they do play it. But they're gonna play Arven instead. Probably gonna get a retreat tool here. Might need a way to get energy. Yeah, because the fact that the Jurgigan's sitting back there, so sad, so lonely. The 160 plus the 70 is just a little short, right? I'm not a math teacher, but that's 230. So they do need a little bit of a boost there. So if they got FFB, Fighting Fury Belt, to do that 10 additional damage, that might help a little bit. But if not, this Whaler, it's going to go 2 for 1. But they are going to go... Escape Rope here. So Escape Rope is interesting. And then they are going to put back DDE. They didn't get the other energy, but we're going to play like they do. So I'm going to sacrifice Staryu. It's just not very good in this matchup. One of my favorite cards, but just not good enough. Of course, if they don't play Escape Rope or anything like that, we'll be also pretty happy. One of those games where it'd be great. It would 100% be great to have a Kyogre. Not a lot of disruption from their side currently. They're going to play their Escape Rope. So, yeah, we're going to go up in a free retreat Staryu, and that might give them, a free pop-off or something like that. They might go... Again, they haven't attached an energy yet, so they're going to go up in a Reshiram here. And to be fair, if there was something I was going to KO, that Reshiram seems fine. 130 HP too. All right, and they used a retreat tool, so all right, nothing doing too much here. I don't know how good their hand is, but this does just have free retreat. I might not play anything. I might play Ball Guy to thin the deck. If I was going to do anything, so let's play a Ball Guy here. I got tons. I got so many balls, chat. He's saying that it's unplayable the way it is. That he needs to upload the images. Tell him to follow the instructions there. All right. Anyway, back to our balls. Quick ball. I mean, if there's one ball I'm going to discard, it's a timer ball, right? We don't need it. All right. I want to get Kyogre down. I don't know if it's worth it, but I do want to get rid of timer ball potentially. To be fair, I think I might want to get rid of Nest Ball. And let's get Kyogre. All right. Kyogre's here. Part of me's like, why didn't I just wait to attach this energy? I could be scooping this up and doing magical things. But let's just retreat in the Wailord. Let's go. Do the thing. Take a prize. All right, Earthen Vessel. No energy in our deck, basically. We got 2 energy prized. I'm running 8 plus a special, which I think is low. But I saw some other people running it, and I was like, let's try it out. Here we are. This is one of those games where, Drago Box is, so good at early aggression. And, they took the first prize, right? And then no Raging Bolt has materialized yet, which makes me think that maybe it's prize. But here is a Crispin, so getting off this second attack will be great if they need to. But when there's no Raging Bolt, these games go very differently. The Raging Bolt games are insane. Raging Bolt is like a turn 2 Rillasaur, Venusaur. Somehow they popped off with TM Evolution with Buddy Buddy Poffin, and all of a sudden they have both their stage 2s in plays on turn 2, and you're like, well, that's kind of how Raging Bolt feels in a lot of situations. Yeah. Man. Yeah, there's a lot to be said about Raging Bolt. And to be fair, Dragon probably deserves a card to be pretty good. It's sat at the mid table for so long. Now Fighting's getting some stuff, and Grass is getting some stuff, and Grass has Bench Bear, so the format's leveling up as a whole, but it is speeding up to a level that's I miss slow Dirtles. Yeah, it's DDE. DDE is the culprit. It's always the double energies, chat. All right, so they found the Luxurious Cape on their Drugigon, which gives it 240 HP. They're benching a Kyurem here, which we're not scared of. But this is going to miss the KO by 10, and then we're doing, 50 times 4. We're doing 210. So if I just get another energy, we just KO this, right? So I might have 1 energy in the deck. So I'm going to Earthen Vessel away. To be honest, probably just a Marnie here. And then let's see. We don't have a way to get it. And I don't really have a way to get my hand down. I could like Tate and Liza shuffle draw 5. There's no way to get special energy in my deck to get that extra energy. Yeah, I mean, I could, shuffle draw 5 here, and that would also be fine, right? So I think I'm just going to evolve into Starmie while I have it in my hand. Give me a little HP boost from a surprise Raging Bolt, potentially. And then let's go just Tate and Liza here. And let's shuffle our hand, draw 5. Didn't find it. I did find Energy Retrieval, though. And I think, to be fair, this KO is probably worth this energy. So I know we're committing a lot here. Is it? Yes, it is. This is 2 prizes, right? And then I got in Cynthia for the follow-up play. So lets me draw an extra card. To be fair, I drew the Field Blower too, so I didn't have to commit the extra energy if I didn't need to. But let's go Hydro Pumping. Likelihood of us getting a energy off of 2 prizes was very likely, since we know we have 2 prizes, and we did. So now we got Inteleon as an attacker. And here comes Tatsugiri again. Let me check on time, what we're doing. Currently at 18 minutes. Let's see where everyone's at. Still 2 games. All right, so our game and Tyven's is up. Matty G and Porg's games are over. All right, track customers here. A Guzma would actually kind of hurt us right now, all things considered. I do have some hefty boys in play. But again, we still have access to Guzma in our deck and also Escape Rope. Right, there's Escape Rope plus SCR. We kind of got a busted hand here. That's real good. All right, Trainer's Mail here from our opponent. Look at the top 4. Pick a trainer card. Throw it into your old hand. Gonna find Acrobike. Still digging. We haven't played any Cold Risk cards, right? Every time I see a Kiram, I get nervous. Did I play a Colress? This card's so cool. I wish it wasn't so punishing. But it's a cool card. I like the idea of it. I think you could make the this like the Plasma Bane ability like very different, and then like lower the cost of Trifrost, maybe? Alright, Night Stretcher here. See what ends up getting grabbed. There's Drampa. Drampa's back. Love Colress. Play it when people least expect it. That's fair. I mean, the problem is just like I'm always expecting it, right? You get Kiram'd one time and you're like, that's never happening again. All right, going up into Drago. Getting that draw. And then here's Switch Cart. So maybe offering a sacrifice here. Or maybe has 1 energy to do some chip damage to our Wailord. Alright, there's some chip damage for sure. Alright, and bye-bye, friend. Alright, go up into our artillery here so that we draw. There's a Night Stretcher. Don't hate that at all. Problem is this, right? Like, I don't know how much of my hand I really want to discard. I mean, we only got 2 more prizes to get, and we've got 17 cards in our deck, and we're going to be kind of churning through it. So I don't think Scoop Up Net is necessarily super great. I'm only getting back 4 energy, so I don't think, I'm not going to use Escape Rope this turn, right? So I could just discard, SCR, and then we're going to attach to Kyogre probably. And we are leaving ourselves open to VS Seeker Marnie, right? They had Marnie in their hand at some point. It looks like it's been played. So yeah, what do I play around here? I don't know. Well, we're doing this. Feels maybe bad. Because I could always just get rid of Research and then draw up to 5. And that's probably okay, to be fair. I don't know if we want to be discarding our Escape Rope. Like, getting Guzman here is kind of how we lose, right? Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's just put these on Kyogre. They're going to bounce back to hand, but like I said, we're keeping some options for the escape rope. Let's go Abyssal Hand in here. There's a Nessa anyway, right? So getting Hand Disrupted would be bad, but we got good cards in our deck still. All right, retreat into Kyogre, and then I mean, I just kind of want to get rid of Drago, right? Like that's the danger. Drago's the danger. All right. This still needs 2 energies, which I guess like Raihan energy still gets us here. But then I just need 1 energy on Inteleon. Like the other reason is leave the 120 HP Pokemon in play for Inteleon to mop up. Obviously, there's a 70. So like this Starmie's lethal, Kyogre's lethal, Inteleon is lethal. I think even Blastoise is getting lethal because it's 60 plus 10 more. Not the greatest, but currently we can do 100 with these 4 attached. This is the matchup why I'm playing the Squirtle, though. Like, this is the reason why you play Shell Shield, is that that annoying Raging Bolt. Have you ever loved to hate a card so much? Love and hate it. Opponent's asking, is there a concede button? He says, is there a concede button? Just the leave button. We have a nice like little leave. You would like to leave. Hey, no bugs though. Like that's a big win. It's been a while since I've done that. The new Huntail to get back all the energy. The new Huntail's pretty good. Also good to see you too, Lars. It's been a moment. But yeah, the new Huntail's really cool. It like pops energy back in your hand, right? So it's a really cool card, but it does feel a little bit win more to me, is what I'll say. Like, if you are keeping your Pokemon in play, doing the good stuff, and then the energy pops back to your hand and you can reattach it the next turn, like you're in the lead typically. So that's my thought on the Huntail. I think it's good. I've seen people win with it, but I feel like what makes it good is the fact that you have Rain Dancer set up and you're doing your thing, right? So that's my thoughts on the Huntail. I like it. Unless there's if there's a newer Huntail, I'm a little out of the loop on the new cards. A little out of the loop on the new cards. I got to look at them before our next set review. Can I leave? Oh, I'm probably too zoomed in to see the button. There it is. Okay. All right, let's see what's up with our dashboard over here. I think all the matches are done, so we can go to our next round. All right, let's get these next pairs up. Oh yeah, baby. I didn't quite click the pair next round button. Boom. Okie doke. Did someone drop? I guess someone dropped. All right. Twilight Goose got the bye. We're playing good old Squid Man. Now, that being said, I love me some win more cards. All right. Let's make sure we check in this game. Check in. Let's go find ourselves a Squid Man. And let's make sure I'm zoomed back in. All right, there's a Squid Man. GLC. StarPump. All right. Thanks again, everyone, hanging out with us. Been a good night so far. Got my run in earlier at the gym today. Did like 2.5 miles. was nice. Getting ready for a 5K. My son Ollie is super excited about it. We're going to be doing like a Halloween race where he gets to like dress up. I'm going to push him in the stroller. I'm going to be one of those dads. And that's coming up. So got a lot of exciting things on the base radar. GLC locals still going strong. We only had 4 last time out, but it felt like a bit of a down week. The week before that, I ended up being a little bit sick. I say we do every 2 weeks. So the 2 weeks before that, I ended up being a little sick. So I just stayed home for precaution. And they had a good number of people. So anytime an event can go off without me, super exciting. All right. Would you have to go first? No. Winning back-to-back die rolls is pretty good. Sobble into Buddy Buddy Poffin. Plus, we got Iono Heavy Ball. I got Apricorn Maker too. We looking good, chat. No energy, though. It's a little bit of a bummer. Hopefully, this isn't anything too aggressive. Having Sobble on the active on turn 1 is a bit of a bummer if it's just like colorless. They're going to show us some metal, though. And they are going to mulligan. It's Aggron metal, so counter press. So this might be a good matchup for Kyogre so that we can go around some things. But we do get to draw 2 extra cards here, and Silent Lab is pretty good too, especially if they go Jirachi. I don't think we're going to be doing anything too groundbreaking in the early turns. We're going to go ahead and touch that Metal Energy to... All right, and then they're going to pass. I do got Scoop Up, though, so even though I don't have the energy, we should be pretty fine. Let's start off with a Buddy Buddy Poff in here to see what we got. I got Drizzile, I got Inteleon, I got the Whale, but it looks like my bigger whale is prize. So we're definitely going to have to start with something else, and Kyogre is probably our answer. Looks like Blastoise is in our hand, right? Let's just double check that. Blastoise is in hand, but Squirtle's prize, but that's okay. I'm worried about Parallel City. Should I be worried about Parallel City? He says. But I think that's about right for us. And then I will go ahead and pop this card here. I do like me some Squirtles. I would like to... I mean, it seems early to do this, but it just feel right to do this. And then if we get hit by it, we get hit by it. But let's go ahead and gather the crew. I want my friend, and then I want a free retreater just in case. Obviously, the Whale Lord would be great if if the Whale Lord's in our deck, but it's prized. So, next turn again, a lot needs to go right. Our opponent's going to play a Cynthia, though, before they put down any basics. So obviously looking. Going to attach that counter to Aeron here. I don't think we can get an attack off next turn, unfortunately. It would be sick if we could. I'm going to go ahead and play Letter here. Maybe looking to thin the deck out, hoping to draw another basic before we can get going. I got a lot of live draws here, though. Apricorn Maker going to get me, obviously Drizzile, which can get me like Irida, which can get me so many things. But here's a quick ball. Might be looking to get in Jirachi, which, to be fair, if they go Jirachi and find something to get them set up, I'm going to be really punished for not playing out my Silent Lab early. Yep, there's the Jirachi. So a little bit punished. A little bit of a bad play on my part there. Should have played this Silent Lab. They got the retreat, so they're probably going to whip that energy. So we'll play it next turn, especially if we get into Blastoise here. All right, retreat. Kind of Stellar Wish. They do have a Zamazenta. Let's see what's up. I would like to get rid of this. To be fair, I would like to get rid of both these things. I do not like these. These are big and good. I do not like your good cards, Metal. Good cards make me sad. All right, they're going to find the escape board, which is nifty. And we're going to find a Whalmer here. Makes it a little bit tougher for us to get going, honestly. But all right, let's do the thing. Let's slam Apricorn Maker. Ooh, what a punt, chat. Dive Ball. Timer Ball here. All right, let's hope. Are you with me, chat? We are timer balling. We got a heads. Okay. So heads means we got the Drizzile, which is going to get us a rare candy here. So let's do that. Okay. I would like one of your rarest candies, please. And then I will go ahead and rare candy onto my Blastoise. Let's go. All right. How much can I get my hand down beyond this? So I can dive ball for an artillery here. And like we're like set up here. 100% correct now to play this. Stop that Jirachi. Let's go Abyssal Handing. And we find a Cynthia. But nothing else, no energy. Let's just go ahead and end our turn. So we'll be relying on Cynthia, Iono to find us some cards. Hopefully some energy. We're playing all three ways to get energy. So we're going to find them energies. The Silent Lab, hopefully again, slowing down a bit. Going to play an Arven here. Arven's not a bad card in a spot like this. Wonder what the play is here. Currently 5 cards in hand, adding 2 from Arven, tool, and an item card. Gonna show me Buddy Buddy Poffin and Fighting Fury Bell, so looking to get set up on their own side over there. Fighting Fury Bell might go on the Zam to kind of make it a little bit buff. Got some 70 HP basics over there. My Starmie is worthless, chat. Although, hey, this is only 60. So now we got kind of an interesting choice, right? If I do find a way to attack next turn, who do I go after? Lightning Energy. I'm not sure if the Silent Lab gets played a ton, but I think if you're a setup deck and you're concerned about Wobbuffet, I really like it a lot, actually. It's just kind of useful against like Okidogi too. I think this card should probably be played more. I don't think it's quite Parallel City and what's the other card? Parallel City, Chaotic Swell. It's like those are some pretty good options too. But like I think it's in terms of like what you should be playing, it's getting up there. All right, I do got the Ultra Ball here for the Inteleon, right? And I like that. I like the Inteleon. So let's go Ultra Ball here. I think I'm going to get rid of Iono and the Whalmer. And then let's get ourselves an Inteleon. Let's just double check. We got tons of energy. We got tons of cards. Let's go Inteleon here. Okay. So Bucket. I want the non-conditional ones because I don't really want to discard too much from my hand. So let's go Letter. Let's go Boom, Boom. Gonna go ahead and we'll just do it all in one go. Save some time here. All right, let's Deluge here. Let's go 1 there, 3 on the Ogre. And then let's hit, okay there. And then I can retreat Night Stretcher, get an additional energy, and then draw more with Octillery before I decide what supporter I want to use. So, yeah. I like this. I like this a lot. All right, energy on the Kyogre. Let's Octillery first. Nothing doing. I do think it is just Cynthia time. So we'll do that. Nothing doing. But we do have these 2 energy to set up a backup attacker, which I would like to do. So energy here, energy here. All right, Zamazenta currently taking a lot less, but I do think I want to go after probably the Bronzor here. I just think I want to stop them from having that every turn acceleration, and if they're relying on it for Zamazenta next turn, because they do have 2 energy in the discard pile, I didn't want that, so I think that that's the right read, but I think, to be honest, between Aeron and Varoom, it was pretty close. Obviously, we couldn't KO the Zamazenta, but that's kind of where my brain was at with it. They do have counter energy, but counter energy is on the Aeron. So there is that. The reversal won't work on Zamazenta. So I feel pretty insulated from attack, but obviously like Raihan gets them there. They got a skateboard on the Rachi, which means that they might be planning to at least get it out of the active and get in an attack of some capacity. Zamazenta does KO our friend here. And then we don't quite have the return KO on the backswing. We got to find a tricky way. I have to be tricky, chat. All right, here's Teammates. So Teammates is, Metal Saucer energy potentially. Get that Zamazenta hitting. Would like to find a Nissa, maybe? Like, also, the Staryu's pretty good if we can find the Starmie, right? And I have the Evolution since I can't remember if it's in my deck. So, like, with energy I have currently, this is 1, 2, 3. There's no other energy in the discard pile, so I don't think I want to burn the SER. But I can at least KO the Aeron and maybe, one of these two. We'd have to find 3 more energy. I say 3 more, we need to find 2 more energy. All right, so there's Metal Saucer. So it does look like this might be coming down. There's energy from hand. Oh, I'm so dumb. Zamazenta's ability didn't work, right? I could have KO'd it. Oh, Silent Lab's so good. Silent Lab's so good. I'm so bad. All right, there's Tate and Liza. I don't hate Tate and Liza. All right, let's go Evolution Incense. Let's find ourselves the Starmie. Here's our Starmie. Let's go ahead and attach some energy. 1, 2, and 3. It's probably gonna have to be a Tate and Liza, although I do kind of like just hitting the Snom here. Yeah, hit the Snom, chat. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle, draw 5. Those are some good cards. Like Ness is great for maybe like our next turn. Obviously not going to do much first now, and I don't really want to get rid of the Silent Lab either. So let's just multi-shot here. And we're going to lose all our energy, so let's just get them into play somehow. So I want to go 1, 2, onto that. And then Jirachi will never evolve. But I do think getting this damage on Zamazenta will matter in the long run. So let's keep up on the prizes. Hisuian Heavy Ball here. Not bad. All right, so Nessa can get me back the Ogre and 3 energy. But it can't get me back all the energy I need, right? Inteleon, as long as Silent Lab stays in play, Inteleon is lethal if I can get the Field Blower, which I'm not sure if it's in my deck or not, but we do have Hisuian Heavy Ball to double check that. So like Irida can find me Field Blower, so that's like a different route, and we can save Nessa for a subsequent turn. Also put maybe 20 damage on like the Varoom or Jirachi. To be honest, probably the Varoom, right? Because that's 140 HP on the Reverum. So putting that into the 120 Inteleon range, probably worth it in some capacity. Clara here, gonna find the 2 that we just got rid of. There goes Aeron, there goes Bronzor. I'm going to go ahead and reattach an energy there. I'm going to go ahead and retaliate. Yep, let's go up into Inteleon here. We find ourselves the Frostmoth, which is pretty good. Pretty good. I just don't think we're getting our hand down. 120. Yeah, I got to find the Field Blower here. And I'm a little hesitant to go ahead and use it, right? Because of just so many things. So many reasons not to use it, right? But the main reason is I could just do it. And I can always go around with the Kyogre, right? So it's not like the end of the world. So here's Hisuian Heavy Ball again, so we can look at our prizes. There's some good ones there. Let's go Irida-ing. And I guess with Irida, we will grab ourselves the Field Blower. And we got to get a Pokemon, right? Let's just go ahead and grab the Wartortle, although it does make us unable to draw with Inteleon. So let's Field Blower. Let's discard 2 tools. Those 2 tools, please. And then let's Aqua Bullet. And then let's put 20 on the... We'll do what I said. The Varoom. Take a prize. All right, level ball. Again, a lot needs to go right for us next turn to be able to attack. But Silent Lab putting in work, chat. Again, shout out to Tankman for the Silent Lab tech. So good. So good right now in Gym Leader Challenge. So many people are relying on basics with the ability to, get them set up. This Jirachi, for example. Samazenta we see in this matchup. We saw Dragon. I mean, it's just good right now. More people should be playing it. All right, there's the Zacian. We're going to see the Bronzor pop up. Can they get 3 energy onto anything? Yeah, I think this is a pretty solid list. Obviously, what I will always say is this. The Starmie is a card. I love the Rapid Strike Starmie. I will play it. I don't know if other people would, right? So just a heads up. If you're thinking about playing it, there's some issues with it. Obviously, the Starmie was pretty fun there. Our deck can really go around stuff, which is what I like about this deck. Is we can go around what's in front of us. We don't have to deal with it. Is there a different mon I'd consider? I don't know. I don't know if there's a different mon I would consider. But that spot is always just like there's a different Starmie you could play. All right, gonna play Escape Rope here. I'm just gonna go up in a Basculin here, and maybe offer the prize trade because if they go up into Kabalion here, they could take a KO. But I want to get rid of Kabalion and save my attacker. So I'm very okay with this trade if it ends up happening. And then it's just 1 energy retreat too. So if they let me have it, we'll just retreat it. This green's kind of sitting. Asking what the weakness is. Lightning. All right, I'm reading that right. Yep, lightning. Not metal. Not an icy boy. So probably thinking about what the chip shop damage. And they are going to go up into Zacian here, which is going to do 30. And it is 120. So there is that. So going to go ahead and roar here. Attach an energy. They're going to put that. We'll see where they end up putting it. All right, so we draw a quick ball. So more ways to get our hand down. You love to see it. We're going to go Nessa here. Nessa's going to get me back the Kyogre and 3 energy. Go ahead and pop my Kyogre down. We'll go ahead and Deluge. 1 energy here. 2 to the Ogre. Quick ball away the Wartortle. Nothing to get. Play a level ball. Nothing to get. I don't think the Silent Lab is doing much anymore, so I'm okay bumping it to draw some more cards. And then let's go ahead and Abyssal Hand here. We got some good cards. And we're low in our deck, but I'm confident where we're at. So yeah, let's go ahead and Aqua Bullet here. Put that 20 on the Varoom there again. Take a prize. There's research. We won't be playing that, I don't think. Kabalion's getting pretty close to being good. 30 plus 30 more for each prize. We've taken 4. That's 120. It's at 150. So not quite KO in this turn. Unless they have a damage mod. And Finding Fury Belt is down. I like where we're at. They're going to go up in the Kabalion. They might try to go for the Guard Claw. How much energy we got in the bin? Just 2? All right. All right, I'm doing my math right. 3 times 4, 120. Plus the 30 is 150. Our Inteleon has 160. It's weak to lightning. All right. Sometimes you just get nervous, you know? Sometimes you're like, oh, man, it's going to survive this attack. And it doesn't. Then it doesn't. Poor Basculino. Holding on by a thread. I'm going to play VS Seeker here. VS Seeker will be interesting. Teammates, good option. Clara might be a good option depending on what they get back. They are going to get teammates back. Might be looking for a way to get a damage mod or, you know, something like a muscle band or something here. We are going to find a way to have to take 2 prizes, right? Because of the way things are currently. Might have to get sneaky with how we do it. Sneaky, sneaky. Of course, there's always a chance if we get rid of the Kabalion here that, yeah, there's not really much of a follow-up. And the fact that they're playing teammates, they'd have to be playing like Reset Stamp here, or else we just have like a follow-up attack. So, yeah. Still a VS Seeker in the deck too, so like something like Nessa, but they do have Counter Catcher. So I'm interested to see what the Counter Catcher ends up grabbing here. They might just be trying to stall. Issue becomes I do just have a float stone. Let me put Full Metal Lab in play, which to be fair is going to be kind of rough for us to get through. 30 less damage from attacks. All right, so that's down. I'm going to go up into Octillery here. We do draw a water energy. Let's go and do a float stone here. This Kabalion is going to be kind of tough for us to get through. Yeah, I mean, we have Kyogre, and so I'm still digging for VS Seeker for Nessa. I could like have a pretty good shot at it this turn or the next turn. It's just like I really want to. Have we used Escape Rope yet? Dang, I really want to try for Escape Rope. Just like getting rid of this card, Superior Energy Retrieval, so tough. Escape Rope gets this out, and then we have a chance to we can KO anything on the board, right? At least this turn, and then that digs us closer. Also, yeah, it's just like all our energy is here. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Let's play Nest Ball here. The Escape Rope is in the deck, along with 2 more energies. So is Guzma. So like all these good cards are over there. Can't play the greens. This card's kind of been dead. I'm gonna play Ball Guy here, just to get a card out of my hand. And then let's Abyssal Hand here. We show the splash energy. That's not so bad. To be fair, the splash energy on the Inteleon's kind of nice. It's an extra commitment, but like just having it, it's kind of decent. All right, let's go ahead and Aqua Bullet here. Yeah, we're missing out on the KO on the Kabalion, but we are setting up some decent counterplay for the future. All right, gonna go ahead and evolve in the Rever Room. Oh yeah, we weren't doing any damage with the 20 anyway. Starmie's attacks are kind of useless now too. Our Whale Lord being prized, right? Just imagine if we had our Whale Lord in play. He's so good right now. Inteleon Inteleon's gonna survive this attack, right? Like, this is still only doing 150. So they need a damage mod. So we still have a chance. All right, here's Evo Soda. Gonna maybe get the second stage for the Aeron here. All right, we're still looking. All right. Oh, yes. All right, we found the VS Seeker. VS Seeker is what we were looking for. And I think our Inteleon's going to live. I think the Inteleon is going to live. At least here's hoping. What's the HP on this bad boy? A lot. A lot to a little. All right, gonna put the Lux Cape on the Cobalion. And then missing the KO there. All right. So what is this? This is currently at 220. So yeah, I'm gonna go VS Seeker here for my friend the Nessas. Let's go Nessa. Let's go Ogre. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and pop my Ogre down. Let's deluge to my boy. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go ahead and retreat. Just discarding 1 regular energy. And then let's go ahead and dynamic wave. 1, 2, 3. And then let's hit this card, this other problematic card. All right, feel okay about it. We only got 6 cards in the deck, plus the cards in our hand. Whalelord's our last surprise card, so Whalelord's not coming out. Can we win without the whale? We'll have to see. Guzma currently in hand, so, you know, if they deal with Kyogre and they don't hand disrupt, maybe I was supposed to escape rope so that they maybe had to commit like a different supporter to turn. Maybe I left them too little to do this turn because now they can just hit into Kyogre and go from there. So we are it's still 1 to 3. So like if we don't do something this turn, but it is definitely tricky. These tanky decks are definitely tricky to play against. And again, it might have been better to escape rope there, but leaving us multiple options. You know, counter catchers down for them. No Guzma yet. They do have a fresh 5-card hand over there. So, yeah, interested to see. They do need a Gust and Hand Disrupt here. And then make sure we don't find it, right? Because even if they like have like In or Marnie, like I do just have Octillery to draw me up. All right, gonna Metal Lynx here. Gonna attach to Rachi here. And then they're going to Mao and Lana. So they're looking for the heal. I don't think they discarded any cards, though. Oh, there we go. Heals Cobalion for 120. All right, going to come up here. Probably just going to bang. Cool. All right. Should be GG's for us. All right. Woo. All right. What a game, dude. That deck is sick. That Aggron deck is sick. Shout out to Squidman for that. Yeah. Hey, we did it without the Wailord, too. That was an good old-fashioned water win. We weren't over on time, weren't we? Oh, good. All right. All right. Did I not check in again? I think I checked in this time. Is the website just not being funky with me? All right. Are we the only matches left, too? That's a good question. Sweet game, though. I love that game. I've had a lot of fun. All right. Put our win down. Oh, did the win not record? Win. Dang, Limitless just acting up a little bit here. Let's go see what else we got going on the Twinleaf while we let Limitless figure itself out. All right, there we go, finally. It looks like Matty G and Porg are still playing. Let's go check out their matchup. Yep, here they are. Best feature in Twinleaf, by far. All right. Porg looks to be playing, at least if this is right. Porg is bottom, Matty G is top. Matty G is playing his Fire List, playing that new Embar. That's pretty sweet. Uh-oh. Looks like maybe they... I don't know if that ended up having they disconnect or something. I hope it wasn't because I joined a view. Uh-oh. Hasn't been a problem in the past. That looked to be pretty decent setup for the fire, though, right? Embor with like 17,000 different energy on it. And then they go from there. No, it was the end? Okay, all right. I jumped in. I couldn't see how many prizes there were. Cool. Well, hey, Matty G and I are going to play. Oh, they were 1-to-1 on prizes? All right. Well, cool. Hey, let's get to this last round then. Excited to play Matty G. It's been a while. All right, let's end that round. 3 rounds ended up being the perfect number of rounds as well, especially on a school night. All right, last round pairings. We started with 8. We're down to 6. We lost 2. It's all right, Matty G. You got this. I believe in you. All right, here's our last round pairings. Let's make sure we check in. Boom. Turns out if you play good decks, chat, you can do well. All right, where's Matty G at? He's up there. All right. GLC, where's my StarPump deck? There it is. No limit. I'm glad we gave the one of my favorite decks a good old run out right here at the end. Oh, something happened. G, invite to game. GLC. Oh, there we go. Looks like we got an invite now. StarPump. The other deck that I really liked is what is it? I really liked. Oh god, what's it called? Wo-Chien. Wo-Chien's been kind of a fun deck. I've had more fun playing that deck than I thought I would. I think I'm going to give double attack grass a try at some point. All right, Tepig, gouging fire. Things, energy to gouging fire. All right, let's go. All right, Hissman Heavy Ball. Let's grab our friend the Rimmerwade. 3 energy plus SCR prize. That's kind of brutal. But hey, look, we finally get to use greens, chat. So let's go Greensin. Greensin's going to find me the Buddy Poffin. Maybe find me a scoop up net here. Am I better off? Oh, our energy is just prized, right? So like, let's just get the float stone here. Let's go Buddy Poffin. I do want to go Basculin here. I didn't check my prizes too well, but it's just energy, right? So we have all our Pokemon in our deck. All right, let's go Basculin. Let's go Squirtle, and we'll just get Sobble and Wailord off the prizes here, or off of our Basculin. Energy here. We got Evolution Incense for the following turn as well. So I'm kind of digging that. Go ahead and retreat here. And then let's gather some crew, chat. I would like 1 Wailmore and 1 Sobble, please. All right, cool. Full bench. We good. Deck is scary good at setting up, right? All right. Opponent going Artisan, so keeping our Silent Lab for the bump is good here. But obviously, Fire's got a ton of good stadiums, so maybe we save the bump till a little bit later if we can. We still got to find a whole bunch of things, right? Like, I'm going to have a turn to either Blastoise or Snom or Frostmoth or whatever, but I'm going to be missing maybe the energy. All right, Slugma going down. Still got 5 cards in hand over there for Matty G. We also have 5 cards. All right, gonna play Iono here. This gives us like we got Apricorn Maker here. plus Brooklet Hill to bump the Artisan. So that's kind of like a free bump. Plus I have Escape Rope to get the Gouging Fire out of the active and something important into the active. All right, attaching another fire energy to a Gouging Fire here. Gonna punch in here. We just draw the Frostmoth naturally, so I'm kind of digging that. So we can go there. Let's bump that. All right. Do I risk it for the biscuit, chat? Risk it for the biscuit. What does said biscuit look like? You know, always think about your biscuits, chat. So if I go Apricorn Maker, I can get Drizzile, plus I can get something else. Ultra Ball's prized, but I can get 2 Pokemon. So Drizzile plus Octillery, maybe it is fine, and then maybe a chance to draw up as we just continue, and then I have like maybe Cynthia for the following turns. So I'm okay with this. Let's go Apricorn Maker here. Let's go Level Ball. Let's go Timer Ball. You gotta risk it, chat. You gotta risk it. So Timer Ball, never done me dirty, chat. I take back everything I've ever said bad about Timer Ball. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Timer Ball. I didn't know you were like that. All right, let's grab our Drizzile here. We'll probably use the Level Ball on the Octillery. To be fair, it might have been more right to grab something else, but we're okay. All right, Drizzile. Yes, I'd like to use your ability. Let's just get some energies, please. Maybe I should have gotten Earthen Vessel there, too, as a way to discard. Yeah, because we're still a ways off from attacking here. Where'd my energies go? Okay, there we go. I was like, hey, they didn't attach. I could Escape Rope here to look at another look, because to be fair, what's this doing? This is just doing 100 damage. So if I Escape Roped and then found another energy, my Whalmer's KOing all these, right? I kind of like the risky play. So let's play the Escape Rope here, and let's see what Matty G opts to do here. You get 1 energy away from this Whalmer, just like going to Pound Town. All right, we didn't find it, but we did find a Scoop Up net here. Is scooping up the Sobble Drizzile worth it? I don't know. Might be. Probably is. All right, let's end our turn. Yep, I like where that's at. Again, the Drizzile can just get us like another supporter next turn. All right, gonna play Giant Hearth, get them energies. I think what we'll end up doing is we'll go Drizzile, grab maybe a way to get energies, and then attach said energies somewhere. All right, Macargo's online. They have a way to draw into it. We're kind of cooked this turn. Kind of that the Escape Rope missing on the energy kind of came back to bite us a little bit now, because now we're in a situation where Whalmer's in the active. But getting 1 more energy on Whalmer does, again, KOs, so land it. It's not going to take care of the Gouging Fire, though, is the issue. I could Tate and Liza switch, Drizzile, get the Wailord, hope to get Octillery into the energy. That's always a dream, right? I could also Guzma potentially and do the same thing, but drawing this dead card, a little bit of a rough break. Now let's Drizzile here. Drizzile. Let's just grab Earthen Vessel, I think. Let's go ahead and Earthen Vessel. Let's get rid of Nest Ball here. 1, 2. think we'll go energy on the Whalmer. I think we'll Ice Dance and energy onto Drizzile. And then do I just rip Cynthia? Let's draw a card here first. It's an in. Yeah, let's rip a Cynthia and see what we get. All right, good cards. Good cards all the way across the board. I could get the whale, right? But we're still 1 energy away from attacking with it. And this Inteleon is just going to mop up, right? So yeah, let's just surf here. All right, grab an energy. Yeah, this is kind of a tougher matchup. Magi's going to play Rare Candy here, getting his Embor. So that's good. All right. Smooth over, probably put like a draw supporter on top. See where they go from here. So Whalmer will go down. We'll get a chance to get rid of Gouging Fire potentially. Gonna smooth over before using the Giant Hearth. Makes me think that this last card in hand's pretty good. I might Field Blower away this Giant Hearth. Just to like make sure that they can't use it. And then to be fair, like if they put Luxurious Cape on something, if that's a card that they're playing, it just doesn't matter. Because like it's weakness, buddy. All right, go Frostmoth, go. All right, just draw the Inteleon. Just like draw it, you know. Never good, always lucky. All right, said okay here. I think I do want energy retrieval here. And then I got Quick Ball in hand, right? And then I would like a maybe Guzma. Let's do Guzma energy retrieval. Because I can Guzma up the Embor and just like knock it out, right? And then this is doing like what, 170? So it does KO Inteleon. So maybe getting rid of this is better. Yeah, getting rid of that's better. All right, let's Field Blower. I would not like to discard a tool. Come on, chat. All right. So now I got to use Guzma. All right. Let's Ice Dance there. Let's Quick Ball away the Tayton Liza. Let's go and get our Kyogre friend. Go ahead and use an Evolution Incense. Let's just get the Wartortle. All right. Energy retrieval. Boom, boom. Let's go ahead and Ice Dance some energy onto the Ogre. Play our bucket. Get our last energy out of our deck here. Go ahead and Ice Dance that there. And then let's go ahead and Guzma up Embor and Inteleon. And then let's Abyssal Hand, draw some cards. Those are some good cards. And then, yeah, let's Aqua Bolt here. And let's just put that there. All right. Just however you do it. Drawing up a pretty decent game here. The Macargos maybe keeping them in the game. They're going to play Rosa here, though. We do got Night Stretcher, so I can go back and get this Whalmer if we need to. All right, we'll see what Rosa ends up grabbing our fire opponent here. Check in with some of the other rounds and what's going on. Looks like everyone's still playing out their game. Gouger Fire's pretty good. I've been cutting them from some lists just because 3 energy's been a little bit much for me to get into play. But obviously in an Embor style list, it's pretty good. Fire Energy, Hisuian Heavy Ball. That's going to come off of that, and they're going to find themselves a Chi-Yu as well. A Chi-Yu on the bench. Gonna play a Magma Basin. So yeah, they're gonna get Chi-Yu going early and often here. There's a Torchic as well. Torchic's kind of scary. All right, gonna playing Rosa again. Oh, it might just be showing up in our log twice. Apparently he's getting the Rosa all the times. Infinite Rosas. All right, gonna attach that fire energy to Chi-Yu over there. I got two attackers set up. I'm a little interested in maybe VS Seeker. VS Seeker, Guzma the Macargo, get a Blastoise up in line, Night Stretcher back, the Whalmer, and then take care of the Torchic while the Macargo stays in the active. So that all seems fine. Let's go ahead and Ice Dance here. Here's an energy. Let's go ahead and VS Seeker for our Guzma. Go ahead and Guzma up the Cargo. Go up into our Kyogre. Let's dive ball. Grab ourselves a Blastoise. Let's evolve here. Night Stretcher for our Whalmer friend. Play the Whalmer. And as always, just draw forward with Macargo, because that's what we do best. Let's go Dynamic Wave in 1, 2, and 3. I do want to go ahead. I think I just want to get rid of the Gouging Fire here. This right here is just such a good Staryu-Starmie catcher, and they've already used Rare Candy, right? All right, Magi's going to play Guzma here. We got SER, which is pretty good for us. They might decide to go after the Blastoise here. And we're down a lot. We're down a lot here. Blastoise does just do work, though. if Blastoise stays alive. 140 HP, though, so it does get got by Chi-Yu currently. All right, bringing up Blastoise. They're going to use Chi-Yu here. See how many energy we got in the bin. Just 3. SE, this is not so bad. All right, smoothing over here. Gotta look out for the Crisis Punch. All right. Did find a Nessa, which is not that terrible. Nessa's pretty good here. How do I get to my card? How do I get to the Whalmer? Well, let's start with the Ice Dance. Let's go 1, 2. I'm going to attach 1 there. And then I think we'll Superior Energy Retrieval away in and Research. And then let's grab 1, 2, and 3 energy here. Let's go ahead and some Ice Dance, some energy. 1, 2. Throw another 1 on the Kyogre. Why not? No, let's Iono first. All right, we found our whale. And we found a Staryu. So let's go ahead and retreat into the whale. And then let's Hydro Pump. So we definitely want to deal with Torchic if we can. I'm not sure if we have the cards in our deck to deal with it. But it's definitely the card that we want to deal with the most. Looks like Matty G thinks that saving Macargo here, or if they have VS Seeker Guzma, is the way to set us behind, and I definitely have to agree. I got Ness in the deck still. We discard the Starmie, and I got Starmie. So we could close out the game soonish. All right, gonna play Raihan here. Let's see what this Torchic ends up doing. We gotta attach the energies. Can't currently use Crisis Punch. We have to be at 1 price. Retreats into Macargo. Gonna use Magma Basin here. I'm gonna go up in a Staryu. I'm gonna use Escape Robe. Gonna evolve into Combuskin here. Smoothing over. Smoothing over. You forgot about the free retreat Staryu. We got the free retreat Staryu. All right, retreat here. Do I get got anyway if I draw more cards? I don't think so. There's Silent Lab and there's Irida. If I play Irida, I might get got. I can always just take the Starmie, right? All right, let's do that. Let's see what we draw here. Another energy. Okay, cool. Another energy is really good because the other energy lets us attach retreat if we need to. So everything's got 1 retreat except Octillery and Frostmoth. We'd still have Floatstone in play if Field Blower didn't make us get rid of it. All right, gonna play Superior Energy Retrieval here. Get back a ton of energy. Attach a Fire Energy to Macargo. Yeah, GG's. All right. Now look at that. We played a good deck, and we won. And the whale was massive. Obviously, pun intended, but whale was great. Whale was good. Starmie was okay. You can see, like, I love the Starmie, but like it was okay. It was never like fantastic. It was always just kind of good. And then the other cards, obviously, just like I think that the Blastoise was really good, but we saw the Blastoise. The reason why maybe Excalibur is a little bit better these days is obviously the extra HP boost there. We saw Chi-Yu make short work of our Blastoise. But redundancy, right? We had the Frostmoth. It made our Kyogre a little bit worse. But yeah, we still manage it. It's water into fire. And the matchup always feels really good. Always feels really good. But yeah, Matty G played well. I mean, I was definitely, yeah, thanks, Matty G. Yeah, it feels good to go 3-0, you know? Had some fun matches. To be honest, I didn't have a single bug throughout the day. I guess the Field Blower is kind of a bug. Like, I tried to not click on my own Floatstone there. It definitely made things a little bit harder at the end. Worried about getting Crisis Punch there. I was like, I gotta get rid of that Torchic ASAP. Yeah. Well, cool. Let's no, I'm already up this late. Let's go ahead and check out some of these other ones. Other matches that are going on. Let's check out. I didn't see. Did I see Porg was playing? Let's see what's going on there. They're 5-5 on prizes, and then Twilight and Tyven are 5-2. So we'll get some more games out of this one. Let's watch this one. This will be our last matchup, and then we'll call it a night. head off to Dreams, where dreams are made of. I really want to see more of this Aggron list. Aggron list is nasty. And it looks set up, man. Oh, an Iron Crown. Iron Crown's a card I respect a lot more. Deleting Slash here. Ah, you couldn't blacksmith onto your Macargo. Okay. Dang. Okay. That's weird. I can't remember the board. I mean, no, it was just Macargo left. That's weird. Twinleaf thinks it's only bench Pokemon. All right, that's fair. That's kind of what my brain was going to. I feel like I've attached... No, I've only played like Fire twice on Twinleaf. Love Twinleaf, but obviously with less bugs, it would be a much happier place. But it's getting better. I mean, I felt really good. Obviously, the types that are tested and true, like the water deck I just played, like it is perfect. Perfect to play on Twinleaf. Hit mons, most of the psychic stuff, most of the dragon stuff. But yeah, tonight, I saw that there was a couple different water and stuff. Yeah, Otto, I think, has got Tortuga going on. I'm really excited to see this. 30 times the amount of item cards in the discard pile. I wonder if seeing this card, like, I probably wouldn't play any differently. But I wonder if you do see this card, are you like, do I keep my items in my hand? But currently we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So doing 210 damage. I may even miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 240 damage for 1 energy. That's kind of good. So like this Tortuga looking strong. I mean, it won our locals. Not last week, the week before that. I definitely got a taste. I don't think of the Tortuga. I lost way before that, but it's definitely good. That and the Swalot. I'm trying to play my Swalot Dark deck at locals chat, but everyone keeps turn to you okie dokie-ing me. Like, come on, people. Stop. I'm just trying to play my Dark deck. Right? Yeah, dude. IG, it is so sweet. Thank you so much for introducing me to that list. I've been loving it. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, trying to figure out how Mabistiff falls into it. The thing that's really been hurting me is I have no real way to deal with Okidogi outside of, like, Punch It and then Galarian Wheezing. And so I feel like I could do that if the Okidogi didn't happen on turn 2. But in all 3 matches I played against it, it has done 2. It's been on turn 2. Yeah, I think what the issue I've been having with my list strategy, and you'll have to tell me if you feel the same way as kind of the architect behind that, I feel like I got too much acceleration going on, and that sometimes I need something else. And the part of the problem is, you tried to talk me out of it, and I should have listened to Strategy. I should have listened, but I got Turbo Energize in the list. And I do think Turbo Energize is good in Wheezing lists. I think that's the explanation I gave you, but I just got too much. So I think that's a cut. I think like between Mela, Crispin, Janine's, maybe even you'd count Counter Energy in that. Like maybe something else needs to go. I just don't know. And I need like another cheap attacker. Like Hoop has been fine, but man, just only doing 90 to an Okidogi sucks. By the way, like loving like the lightning, like getting full out of Crispin here. Obviously, we didn't see Matang pop up. We did see the Zacian as an extra way to accelerate energy. Zacian and what's the other buddy? Bronzong. Only 2 cards in deck for the water deck, and we're at 2 to 4 on prizes. That's interesting. But I mean, you gotta think that water has that. Well, part of the problem is power draw, right? Let's see. Tropical Beach. I'm digging this, man. So yeah, no shuffle draw supporters played yet, right? So like I gotta imagine that this 2 cards in deck doesn't matter at all. Yeah, who played the Lost City? I'm wondering who did play the Lost City. I gotta imagine it was the Waylord deck, right? All right, Raihan is happening here. Where's Raihan happening from? From Squidman. Yeah, 3 cards in the Lost Zone, the Bronzon, and now the Iron Crown. The Inn doesn't shuffle in Twinleaf? Earlier, I did draw some of the same cards. That's an interesting question, Matty G. Because I think I did play in at some point and then draw into a similar hand. But I haven't. I've only been playing on these Mondays. Huh. All right. Waylord into the active. Agroning. So counterpress is the business. 90 damage counters. So during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, put damage counters on the attacking Pokemon equal to the damage. All right, interesting. We're going to see a switch. We're going to see Tortuga. Is the Tortuga the real deal? Yes, the Tortuga is the real deal. Just knocked out Azamazinta. That's busted. Yes, Tortuga. Do the business. So now, where are we set up in this situation? Yeah, there's a couple different Agrons to play, right? There's this one, and there's the damage reduction one. I know that that Aqua Blubber was trying to get the other Aggron to work at some point. I'm not sure if this one's better. I haven't played around with this one. 180 for 4 is like a reasonable rate on a 180 body. And then counter press seems really interesting, forcing your opponents to do some kind of awkward things. Just going to go straight for energy here. So this is kind of funny. You can go, heavy impact, take the KO. Because counter press doesn't quite do it. And then if you do the 180, yeah, 120 is not a great number, but 90 is kind of an interesting number too. Yeah, the extra 10 damage, that 130 is what matters. All right, looks like VS Seeker, Guzma here, GG's. Yeah, that should do it. Here's Inteleon, here is not Inteleon, dead. Yeah, we narrowly got through that metal deck. That metal deck was busted. It was so good. Oh, all right. There are 2-to-1 prizes. Let's hop in. Let's watch the rest of this match too. Before we call it a night. It might be a while before I get a chance to stream again. Probably until it comes back to live at some point. All right, Okie dokie, given the business. Looks like we got some Hitmondogi over here with the Sandstream Tyranitar. I haven't quite gotten this deck to work out for me. People have been talking about it. Hitmons be Hitmonin, and then this card seems superfluous. But I do love me a Tyranitar, so I love that it's playable. Alright, so Okie dokie. Oh no. Is Kiram coming? But Kiram doesn't do anything here on this board, right? Excuse me. Oh, the baton. Yeah, baton is super bugged. Kind of a bummer. Baton's a good card. That's bugged. Mimikyu is the other. The reason why we don't see Psychic represented so much on these, just because of that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Twinleaf has a lot of cards. I think more people should be playing Twinleaf. Obviously, it doesn't have every strategy. It doesn't have every card. It's got some bugs. I know that Dragobox is super popular, and Dragobots has a lot of issues too. And I think that's another aspect of it, why people aren't playing it. But man, people should be playing more Twinleaf. I wish I had more time to play it. But when I do play it. And when games do go well, I have a lot of fun. Yeah. The bugs are definitely a bit of a bummer. Especially we all want clean games and we don't want our games to be cited by outside factors, right? It's like an extra variance that gets added in. Well, cool. Fun tournament, guys. Ended up going 3-0. Let's go ahead and finish this. Did not expect that today. I actually expected to go 0-3 drop. But getting the wins. This feels good. Feels good to finish this thing out that we started so long ago. And thinking about it, like, there's probably ways for me to do this. I just don't know if people would be interested in a like month-long Twinleaf tournament where they play like a match a week. Like, I could do something like that still, but Twinleaf definitely feels like the type of thing that like people want to do for one day. So we'll see. I'll be thinking about it. Maggie, I know you're slightly interested in running them. I'll keep putting feelers out. I don't want this to die. But obviously, the time commitment that it is for me right now, it's just not the best. So I'll figure it out, but it won't go away. People will pick up the baton and move on. But yeah, cool. Let's finish it up because I got to get to bed and go to work tomorrow morning. So, hey, thanks everyone for hanging out with us again. It was a great night. Limitless is easy, dude. If I can do it, you can. And if Z-Man can do it, you can. Don't mean to throw shade at Z-Man, but he'll be the first to admit that he is not the most technological savvy person, and I'm pretty sure he's figured this out. But all right, yeah, GG's guys, we got some great deck lists today. Check out that. I know that it only went 1 and 2, but that Aggron list was so cool. And then of course, Magi, we saw your fire list. That was sweet too. I didn't get a chance to see Porg's water deck too much, but Tortuga is a beast. And as always, play Rapid Strike Starmie. That's all I got to say. But hey, have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully with another episode of Unfazed Facts. But yeah, we're out. Have a good one.